Hi, I'm Langham. I'm back with part 2 of practical, healthy home goldfish care. You can see in part 1 of this series I talked about really the minimum you're gonna need from these quote-unquote feeder fish. They're actually comets and sherbunkins and common bodies and I don't like the term feeder fish or carnival fish for these beautiful, beautiful fish that are cheap and just pop gorgeously on simple black sand with minimal planting, and oh, they're just wonderful fish. But anyway, last video I basically talked about how a 40-gallon breeder was the minimum you should really start these guys out in, that would really be the most realistic tank to get first when you consider that financial things happen and it could end up being that this is your fish's forever home, and at least in a tank beside the 40-gallon breeder that's 3 by 2 feet, they can swim around, they can grow to their full size. But the second part of practical goldfish care with that, and this applies really no matter to what tank size you have, is water changes and your water change schedule. And with goldfish, it's really, oh hi, my cat with the stop leash is coming over to make an appearance. Hi. Hi buddy. You want to watch the fish with me? So with these guys, really, especially in a situation like this where, depending on what stocking guidelines you're looking at, I have these guys overstocked by up to 20 gallons. What is that you're looking at? Oh, that's a snail. Don't eat a snail. But so, yeah, anyway, these guys are great pets, so personable, such wonderful fish, and they deserve good care. So the second part of giving them good care is giving them good water changes, which no matter how great your filtration is, you're going to need to do their water changes weekly. With goldfish, not with all fish, but with goldfish, and I find that, Matthew, that it's really better to think of it in terms of how many fish you have and how many gallons those fish have per fish, and base your water changes on that. Because see, like this 40-gallon breeder that I have 3 fish in, they each have about 13 gallons, overstocked, I understand. But so every week, if I did a 50% water change, that would actually probably be okay, because that would be a little more than 2 fishes worth of waste every week. I'd be taking out about 20 gallons of water, changing up the filters, cleaning a few little things that would make up for the extra few gallons. And if you have, you know, a situation like that where you're cleaning up 2 fishes worth of waste and putting new water in for 2 fish in a 3-fish tank every week, that's gonna be okay. I have another tank, a Ranchu grow-out tank, that has 7 Ranchu grow-outs in a 75-gallon tank. On that tank, a 50% water change would not mean even taking out half of the amount of fish in there's water per week. So you really have to think about it in terms of how much water each of your fish has and come up with your water change plan based on that. Is a weekly change best for you? Is a bi-weekly change best for you? Is a extremely, oh, when I said bi-weekly, I meant twice a week, not every other week. Some people with very large tanks do every other week, very large water changes. But what I really want to stress here is the importance is of thinking about how many gallons your fish has per tank, you know, per how many gallons he or she has, and making sure you're taking out an appropriate amount of their waste per week and replacing it with fresh water, because it's like if you were living in a hotel, right? Like, so this is like they're living in a really nice hotel room. You could do that for the rest of your life. Methy, you want to be in this video so bad. It's so cute. But anyway, you could live in a nice hotel room for the rest of your life, but you would have to keep it really freaking clean to be comfortable there. And that's the same with these fish. So really just give them the space to turn around, give them clean water, and they will reward you. These are the cheapest, most common goldfish on the market. And look how beautiful they are. Look at this. This is just under a reptile light with some black sand in a cheap 40-gallon breeder with an Aqueon 90 filter that's optimized and a few little plants. And just look how beautiful they look. I get so much enjoyment of them, and I run an in-home daycare, and the children get so much enjoyment of them. And because these long bodies are so hardy and so friendly and so bred to be that way, they love being a tank on the bottom and getting all the attention from the kids and stuff. It's great. These are wonderful fish. You just have to be getting the space and the water changes. So that's part 2. Get them the minimal space they need, and get them water changes according to how many fish there are and how many gallons you have in that space they have. Okay, you all are wonderful. Thanks for being involved in the fish community, and thanks for listening to my ramblings. I hope that these help some people who are new to fish keeping, or who got the carnival fish and are really into it and wanting to give it a great life. And just see my fish here and realize some of these guys are just barely a year old and how big they are already. Yeah. Thank you all for listening. I'm Megan. This is Bernini, Mr. and Mrs. Goldfish, and renamed Phoenix, and Methy, and me, I'm Megan, and this was Practical Fish Keeping, Goldfish Keeping, Part 2. I feel so silly doing this, but I really think there's a need for it, because there's so much misinformation, and these fish are so much fun. Okay, bye!